Hi, Genesis. I love your colouring in. Look at all these countries. That's Australia. Do you think you can find Australia on our map? Ah, good work.
What's that country?
That is Papua New Guinea. Now, do you know what makes that country really special?
No.
Well, it's the people and the hope brought there by the missionaries.
What's a missionary?
That's a great question. Let me tell you an amazing story. Papua New Guinea is a country of many islands, rugged mountains, winding rivers, and incredible people. In a village called Minge, there was a woman who married a policeman
No.
and moved to his village. There, she met his parents, faithful Seventh-day Adventists. With her baby nestled in a bilum, she trekked through the highlands, spreading the gospel. Soon, other women joined her, using picture rolls to tell stories of hope. They crossed rivers and walked for miles, driven by their faith and mission.
That sounds tough. Did it work?
Oh, it did work. And what happened next was simply incredible. This year, the story came full circle. Minge, the very village where one woman once carried the gospel on foot, became the center of one of the largest evangelistic events Papua New Guinea has ever seen, PNG for Christ. Over 2,000 sites hosted nightly gatherings where tens of thousands came to hear about Jesus. But it wasn't just about preaching. Before the meetings even began, church members spent countless hours in prayer and found ways to serve their communities. Near Mount Hagen, the 10,000 Toes and Adventist World Radio Mega Health Clinic provided free medical care to thousands of people. Hundreds of volunteer doctors and nurses from around the world brought healing and hope. Every interaction became an opportunity to pray, offer spiritual guidance, and invite people to attend the evangelistic meetings. And the result? Over 300,000 people were baptized or made commitments to baptism. Entire communities experienced spiritual revival. This initiative showed the power of unity. Churches, institutions, and members working together for a single purpose: to share the love of Jesus. Papua New Guinea has now become a beacon of mission, with the Highlands region being one of the fastest growing Adventist areas in the world.
So this was my third trip to PNG, but the most memorable one, that's for sure. The greatest campaign that we as a church have ever had. I went to Bulalo district, which is Marobi Mission. Upon the arrival, the head elder told me, this is a tough country. People are stuck in their ways and they hold on to their faith. I told him, well, I've got a word of God with me. All we need is to pray. So we did. The very first night, people came to me and they said, we don't speak much English, but we understood everything as if you spoke in our own tongue. The Muslim leader gave his heart to Jesus and got baptized. The deputy principal on whose grounds we held these meetings also gave his heart to Jesus and got baptized. But most of all, the second last evening, as I finished the presentation and was coming down off the stage, this lady comes running towards me and she throws herself at my feet, starts kissing them and crying uncontrollably. I begged her to get up and she wouldn't, so I knelt down, gently put my hand on her and we prayed together. And then after a while she got up and she said to me, Pastor, I have never understood Revelation before, but now I do. And I just want to tell you that I've given my heart to Jesus and tomorrow I'll be baptized. The reports that came out during these meetings from the authorities was the streets were emptied. The police didn't have much work. The crime went down. In some places, it was virtually zero because people flocked to these meetings.
I got baptized at the end of the program, and my family's study of the Bible is more effective now. I understand the Bible more, and can explain to my children. My children are very attentive at the house and at the church with the study.
Like I mentioned here that one of your father's baptismal candidate.
Dad, that's awesome. Does that happen in other places too?
Absolutely. Come with me. You see this tiny seed? Even though it's small, but given time, it will grow into something big. That's exactly what's happening in New Caledonia. Churches are being planted and faith is taking root, even in the midst of political turmoil. God's work doesn't stop, no matter what the challenge is. New Caledonia for Christ and Tonga for Christ are some of the other programs that have changed the lives of many people as they have got to know Jesus.
The initiative to start the church plant in Tomo resulted out of a crisis. At the time, we were training some lay leaders to help them get out of the crisis. And there was a person of peace in Tomo who opened his house. And as a church, we realized that we had to get out of our comfort zone if we wanted to minister properly to the people and reach out to them where they were. And our Bible studies were going to be validated not by how we preached, but by how we lived our lives.
Par la grâce de Dieu, avec la famille, nous sommes heureux de pouvoir faire cette campagne ici en Calédonie, surtout de la côte est du nord de la Calédonie qui est vierge, qu'il n'y a pas d'adventistes ici. Après est venu par les moments difficiles comme le Covid et tout ça. Mais Dieu ne nous a pas abandonnés, aussi bien avec les intéressés. Et on a continué jusqu'à ce programme de Christ pour le Nord qui est venu. Et nous avons eu beaucoup d'intéressés qui sont venus écouter la parole de Dieu. Et avec Frédéric, en voyant tout ce monde venir nous voir et pour cette mission, alors l'engagement où on s'est donné, c'est de se donner encore pour le Christ, de se donner pleinement dans cette mission, de vraiment gagner le Christ pour cette côte de la côte Est, ici à Touo, Yengyen et Poidigny.
There's now a growing movement in New Caledonia to open homes for Bible studies, creating warm and welcoming spaces to nurture faith and share the gospel. The global I Will Go movement has ignited a passion for mission, inspiring a new generation to step out in faith. This movement is alive in so many areas. Through media outreach, Faith FM and Hope Channel are reaching hundreds of thousands of people who may have never stepped inside a church but are now hearing messages of hope.
Here at the Breakfast Show, we received a text message recently from a lady that told us that only 5 months ago they seen a Faith FM sign as they were driving as a family, and they thought, wow, let's tune into that. And so they tuned in, not knowing what to expect, and soon they discovered that we were saying everything that they had believed in and agreed, and that they didn't think anybody else believed in or taught. So they became very much into the radio station, were listening constantly, and now they are attending an Adventist church. They've gone through a prophecy seminar. The husband is attending a Bible study weekly, and they are in love with the message.
In our schools, young minds are being shaped with values that will guide them for a lifetime, helping students grow in faith, develop Christ-like characters, and discover their purpose to make a lasting impact in their communities and beyond. Across the Pacific, we're taking a stand against diabetes through the 10,000 Toes campaign, bringing health and hope to communities.
We now have 220 wellness hubs and about 6,000 ambassadors. We're out there impacting the various communities, Indian community, Rotuman, and all the different ethnic communities. And we have many impact stories that we would be here the whole day sharing these impact stories. But one thing is very, very common in that we have saved limbs and saved lives.
And when disasters strike, ADRA is there, preparing communities in Vanuatu and Fiji, ensuring they're ready to help when times get tough.
Through the funding that's provided by the South Pacific Division, trying to have the church to be disaster ready. The church members are heavily involved in this program, and they are the ones that carry out the activities, building and trying to have their church be disaster ready, coming up with their own funds as well in trying to retrofit their church, trying to meet the requirements to operate as an evacuation center.
Wow, Dad, that's amazing. It's like everyone working together to help.
That's true, and so much more. Mission is woven into the very heart of our institutions too. Sanitarium Health Food Company is a great example. Their schools' breakfast programs in Australia and New Zealand are giving many children the best possible start to their day. Sanitarium's impact goes even further. It's helping to fight hunger by donating thousands of food products to community pantries, ensuring that people who are struggling to put food on the table receive the support they need. In healthcare, the Sydney Adventist Hospital, affectionately known as the SAN, is about more than just medical treatment. Its chaplains bring faith and reassurance, helping people find strength in Jesus through life's toughest moments. Education is also a mission. Avondale University and Pacific Adventist University are shaping the next generation of missional leaders, equipping them with knowledge, faith, and purpose to transform their communities and the world. But mission isn't just local. We are called to go beyond our own borders, helping others discover the good news. In fact, the South Pacific Division has a unique opportunity. With one Adventist for every 55 people, we have the highest ratio of Adventists to population in the world. But with that comes a responsibility to do more. That's why we are going beyond. We have partnered with the Southern Asia Pacific Division, where the challenge is much greater. For our partners, the ratio of Adventists to population is as challenging as 1 in 10,000. Through Missions Refocus, we've committed to sending people from our territory to support our neighbours, bringing the good news to places it has never been heard.
Wow, Dad, that's awesome. I want to be a missionary when I grow up.
Well, you don't have to wait until you're older. You can share Jesus with your friends right now.
I will, Dad. I will go and tell them about Jesus.
That's awesome. From Australia to French Polynesia, Papua New Guinea to the islands of the Pacific and beyond, the mission is alive and thriving. Together, we are answering the call to bring hope to the world. I will go. Will you?